theory has become a major theoretical construct for understanding a country or community's profound socio-economic changes and for strategizing how to spur creation of wealth. Basically, human capital theory is the totality of investments made in humans so that those humans are better at producing other things. Those investments might include education, skills, talents, and experiences that make the individual more productive and more skilled. Ultimately, higher worker productivity then leads to higher individual value and more lucrative labor markets. Classical human capital theory assumes that education is a form of human capital, meaning that those who invest in their education are strategically calculating to increase their capital, which will in turn lead to higher income. Horace Mann is referred to as the father of human capital theory and developed the theory that the economic value of people is based on their educational achievements, skills, and knowledge. He believed that investing in one's education would improve the quality of workers and therefore increase the wealth of the community. Horace Mann contended that schooling would ultimately end poverty. Theodore Schultz was the first person to coin the phrase human capital in his address to the American Economic Association in 1960. He believed that people and nations should invest in education to improve job opportunities and economic growth. A third important theorist to the human capital theory was Daniel Bell, who in 1973 coined the term post-industrial. This explained the economy that no longer depends on heavy industry. He predicted a shift from blue-collar workers to white-collar labor and recognized the change to the type of work needed nationally. He identified that the work of the future would require more highly educated and academic workforces. Ultimately, human capital is everything inside of a worker's head. A person's stock of basic intelligence, experiences both in and out of the workplace, education, work habits, trainings received, social and personality attributes, energy level, judgment, trustworthiness, initiative, and creativity embody the ability to perform labor so as to produce economic value. These resources are the total capacity of the people that represent a form of wealth which can be directed to accomplish the goals of the nation or state or a portion thereof. Human resource, or a country's naturally endowed labor force based on birth rate, can be transformed into human capital with effective inputs of education, health, and moral values. An example of how companies can raise employee human capital, including motivation and job satisfaction, might include recognition programs, staff involvement initiatives, and monetary incentives. In many ways, companies focus on social responsibility to their employees by establishing incentive programs such as salary bonuses, variable pay initiatives, corporate pep talks, team building exercises and retreats, wellness programs, and other types of policies. By instilling the feeling of positive job satisfaction within workers, management can build confidence, loyalty, and ultimately improve the output performance of the employed. By actively pursuing initiatives to cater to the employee's well-being, for example by engaging with staff to help create work and home life balance, company can open up an effective communication for change. This helps motivate employees by creating a workplace environment where their voice can be heard while having their employers ensure all staff maintain healthy and happy lives. This proactive approach of involvement can raise awareness to unforeseen issues and find effective methods to help motivate employees and increase overall job satisfaction and productivity. The basis of human capital development is a theoretical pipeline that consists of three main dimensions: preparation, recruitment, and retention. These three dimensions make up the foundation of a company's strategic human capital plan. In fulfilling these three dimensions of development, companies will be able to produce a staff that is talented and effective as both workers and leaders. The first principle of the pipeline, preparation, focuses on strengthening human capital of an individual by fostering work-related skills or knowledge. These types of trainings and professional development opportunities are tailored specifically to fit the needs of either certain organizations or branches or of individuals wanting to qualify in specific areas. The second principle of this pipeline, recruitment, addresses procurement of individual assets and is directed at more general characteristics of future employees, such as self-efficacy, problem-solving skills, and other broader abilities. Of course, you want to make sure that your future employees are adequately licensed and have adequate training for their positions. The third principle or dimension of this pipeline, retention, explores human capital and the promotion of individual self-exploration, exploring one's traits, abilities, interests, and skills by providing them the opportunity for further education or educational experiences. organizational culture, or the specific way a business does business, is based on shared subconscious assumptions and implied beliefs that affect daily behavior and organizational performance. This is also known as, quote, the way we do things around here, a quote made famous by Charles Handy, the Irish author and philosopher who specialized in organizational behavior and management. Research has shown that organizational culture has a powerful impact on performance and long-term effectiveness of the organization, specifically on employee morale, retention, commitment, productivity, and innovation. Examples of companies with strong organizational cultures include Google, Apple, and Walmart. Edgar Schein, a former professor at MIT Sloan School of Management, established that there are 4 layers of organizational culture, including values, beliefs, behaviors, and paradigm. Schein contended that organizations should create a culture that embodies how you want your organization to run, such as daily behavior and organizational performance. Examples might include effective communication, collaboration, customer service, and employee value. Many organizations might choose to change or build their organization's culture based on leadership styles, visions, values, and missions, ethics, innovation, tech changes, and other changes important to the innovation of the company. It is important to note that when an organization chooses to change their atmosphere, that special attention should be made to creating a culture of friendliness, camaraderie, and an environment that fosters loyalty and happiness to ensure employee job satisfaction and maintain high human capital.
What does better education have to do with economic gains? Well, a country's economic growth is dependent on the skills of its workers. And it turns out that math and reading proficiency are good predictors of the skills that lead to growth. Without basic math and reading abilities, people don't have a foundation for more advanced knowledge that leads to more productive work. During the last century, the United States grew quickly because it embraced universal education earlier than other countries, resulting in a relatively more skilled workforce. But our educational advantage has slowly disappeared. International test scores put our math and reading proficiency around 30th in the world, which points to low future growth. Even American students with college-educated parents who would be expected to do well actually don't compare to students in other countries. Just getting to Canada's level would lead to a more productive workforce, adding trillions to the economy in the long run and boosting every worker's paycheck. It wouldn't fix the economy overnight, but it would immensely improve the lives of future generations. Whatever policies we choose, one thing is clear. If students become more proficient in math and reading, long-run economic growth will follow.
Who decides where our healthcare dollars go?
How are these decisions made?
Why this decision?
Why that decision?
Is it up to these people?
These people?
These people?
Can we all have a say where our healthcare dollars go?
There are lots of potential ways to improve health, but our healthcare system can only invest in some. Decision makers take advice from researchers, like health economists, who study what's best value for money.
But who are these researchers? And what do they study?
How could they know what I value?
Do they really understand my community's needs?
Give me a reason to think they're listening to me.
Truth is, many researchers are just starting to listen outside their own circles. So building trust and accountability will take time. But building this trust is key. Because the more researchers can hear from multiple perspectives, the more opportunity for our healthcare system to benefit everyone, not just a select few. Researching what you care about takes knowing what you care about. The lesson we've learned is listen.